Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I am Serwaa. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. Now, today we'll be talking about social media and its negative effects on society. We'll be talking about the goods, the bad, the pros and the cons, and the toxic part of social media, which is eating up our youth, which is eating up our lives. Okay, so without much ado, let's get right into this video. Now, technology is a phenomenal thing, right? It has helped people improve their lives. It has helped us improve our education, our health sector, our agricultural sector. I mean, it's an amazing thing, right? But with every good thing comes a bad thing. Okay, so we have the positive and we have the negatives, and sometimes the negatives might outweigh the positive, and sometimes the positive might outweigh the negative, but it all comes together to bring forth a great thing, and that is what we see with social media, right? With the internet, technology was brought forth from amazing human beings to help make the world a better place, to help make the world an easier place to live in. And it has come to a point where some people take advantage of that. Some people, abuse that. And these are things that I believe we should talk about. How bullying, how death threats, how these toxic standards that social media is setting for us is destroying our lives and ruining our lives, and messing with people's mental health. This is something that I'm really passionate about, because as a youth I didn't grow up in an era where there was no internet, in an era where there were no mobile phones, no communication, no. I was born in the 2000s. I grew up on phones. I grew up on Blackberries and the Samsungs and the iPhones. So I don't really understand that era. But I've heard other people talk about it. I've heard my parents talk about it. I've heard elderly people talk about it, and it was like a tough time, right? They didn't have communication. They couldn't get in touch with their loved ones, and it was difficult for them. So we are blessed that we have that communication. We are blessed that we have that opportunity. But with every good thing comes a bad thing, like I said earlier. And as time goes on, we've seen that with the rise of the internet, or of social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I am on YouTube right now, but on all these other social media platforms, TikTok, Telegram, and stuff, it has, brought something out of our community, our society, that I get was prevalent all these years, but it has been heightened. And one thing that I will talk about when it comes to, the dark part of social media is bullying. People are on social media all the time, bullying others, talking other people down. I mean, we are all not from the same family. We are all not from the same background. We come from different parts of the world. People have different upbringings. But then you go on social media and you see people bullying people, talking down on people, making all these comments that are so uncalled for. And it's not like they can come face to face with that person. That person is hiding behind his or her phone, bullying someone, saying stuff that are messing with their mental health. It has come to the point where people bully people. People say a lot of shit about people that they end up taking their own lives. They end up going to the extreme. They end up, being messed up in the head. And I feel like we need to talk about this. We need to, as a society, come together and say, like, no, this is not supposed to be happening. This is not supposed to be condoned. This is not supposed to be allowed. No, not at all. We're supposed to, get that shit under control. If you see someone bullying somebody, whether it's in real life or it's online, whether it's on the internet, we need to call that person out. We need to call that shit out. You need to let that person know, no, this is not cool. This is not right. And there need to be stricter rules on social media. If we are going to give people this platform, we need to regulate them. because not everybody will use it for the good. Not everybody will use it for the better. So we need to regulate them. We need to set rules. We need to set standards. We need to let people know that this shit is not okay. You can't just do that. You can't just out of your own free will, you're bored or stuff, and just go on the internet and start bullying people. It's not cool. It's not alright, right? It's not. It's never cool. And another thing that I don't know social media has made prevalent is online predators. Before the coming of social media and the internet, there were predators around. No two ways about that. There were people like fraudsters, imposters, child molesters. They were all around us. But with the coming of social media, we've seen that they have used this as an avenue, as a platform to get away with stuff. Because, you know, the people who did not grow up in the social media world or in the internet era, they don't really understand how social media works. Even us, the one who, are supposed to be internet kids, not all of us understand how it works. And I know it has taken the authorities a long time to catch on to these stuff. There are these internet predators online scamming people out of money, harming kids, it's very disheartening. And I see that as a community we have a long way to go to learn more about technology, to learn how to keep our children, to learn how to keep ourselves safe in this dark and very, very scary times. Because these people now, they have things like um IP addresses, how to hide your IP addresses. They know how to get away with stuff. They are drawing kids, they are drawing people in, calming them and doing stuff that are not supposed to be done. So it has made it very prevalent, and that is something that as a society we need to catch up on. We need to start working on, because I see that in the future this is going to get worse, and we need to be prepared. We need to be ready for it, big time, big, big, big time. Now, another thing that I believe has been a consequence of social media, that is another negative part of it. And this is, one of the big ones is like, every one of them is important, but one of the big ones, which is setting unrealistic standards for people. We all have our own lives. We all come from different backgrounds. Like I already said, we all have different religions, different families, different upbringings, and we can all never be the same. I am unique in my own way. You are unique in your own way. Somebody else is unique in his or her own way. We can all never be the same person. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter if we went to the same school, if we are twins. It doesn't matter. We are all going to have different lives, different aspirations, different dreams, and different paths in life. So I get really, really sad and upset when I see people the compare themselves to what they see on social media. And this is something that is very, common these days. People do it all the time. And in some way, I feel like it's conscious and unconscious, because you see all these people posting all these pictures, going to all these places, talking about all these opportunities that they have, talking about all these great stuff that they're doing. Like, people started listing like, oh, I'm 20, I just got my own house. I'm 21, I just got my own car, blah blah blah. I just make my first milli, and it's putting a lot of pressure on others, and they are setting these standards for themselves. Their families are setting these standards for themselves, and like, oh my god, I just turned 18. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing? This and that. And it can be really harming to our society, because people don't have the same time, they don't have the same club, they don't have the same expectations in life. People are different. So you can see someone doing something, and that really is not what you want to do, right? You can see someone going through something and you're thinking, oh my god, my life is whack, my life is no good, my life is terrible, I have a terrible life. And it's like, we have that social media life and then we have the real life. You don't know what that person is going through in their real life, you don't know what is happening in their real life, and you are sitting over here beating yourself up thinking, oh my god, I am so late in life, I don't know what is happening, and everything is going downhill. Well, it's probably nothing like that. It's probably nothing like that. You can't see behind the social media. You're not in that person's life. You know, you are not there. You need to realize that everyone has their own lives. And some of these stuff, they are not real. They are just publicity stunts, fake as hell. I'm sorry, but most of them are not real. People are just running their mouth. It's social media. People put up ads. It's social media. People are keeping up brands. That car that person is probably driving around, it's probably just for advertisement. Don't beat yourself up about it. It doesn't make you, less successful. It doesn't make you a deadbeat. It doesn't make you like useless. Don't entertain that thought, okay? Another one that I would like to talk about is the unrealistic beauty standards that we've let social media put on ourselves, our kids, our women, our men. It's it's disheartening. Now we all have different body shapes, right? We all have different bodies. Our bodies are built different, our lives are built different. Your body is probably going to be affected by your daily life. Your body is going to be affected by your genetics, it's going to be affected by a lot of stuff. So when people put this, draft down that this is supposed to be how you look as a woman, this is supposed to be how you look as a man, it's very harmful to us as a society, because not everybody looks like that. Not everybody will be built like that. Not everybody has their own beauticians, their own dietitians, their own personal trainers, and not everybody have time for that. This whole, oh, slim thick influencer thing that's going on, this whole six pack, honey, nobody has time. Not everybody has time for six pack. Not everybody has time to go to the gym 6 times a day. Not everybody is clear to eat like 2 peanuts a day. Please, no. Not everybody is, going to do that. And it's okay to have a different body. It's okay to, not be slim thick. It's okay to have a belly. It's okay, to have hip dips. Now, I saw a trend on social media and people were like, how to get rid of hip dips, how to, fill up your hip dips. And I was like, what the hell is happening? Hip dips are normal. It's your bone structure. That's how your bone is structured. You really can't change the structure of your bone with exercise. I'm sorry. It's either you get surgery or you leave it be. Because, like, all these hip dips, exercises, routines, everything is kind of like crazy, because hip dips, it's like that's how your hips are structured. It's a bone structure, honey. It's not anything. It's a bone structure. That is you, like, basically how you're structured. And then you have people online telling you, oh, no, 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 that's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have this big boobs, small waist, large hips. And people are in their head thinking, oh my god, I'm not beautiful enough, I am not good enough. People are starving themselves. And I'm not just saying this as in people. It happens to all of us, the best of us. It's happened to me. I've been there, I've done that, and now this is something that, like I said, I'm very crazy about it. I'm very passionate about it, because it messes with you. It doesn't just messes with you physically, but mentally, emotionally too. It puts you down, it puts your spirit down. I remember starving myself for days and weeks and months on end, because people were like, oh my god, you've gained some weight as a musician, you're not supposed to, be like this, you're supposed to be this slim, you're supposed to, have this kind of stomach, you're supposed to like this certain type of way. And it got to me, and I was doing crazy exercises, I was not eating at all. My mom was worried about me, my dad was worried about me, but I didn't want to listen to what anybody was saying because look, everyone looks great. Why do I have to have a body like this? And it went on for a while, like I stopped myself for a very long time. And I did lose weight, but in a very unhealthy way. And then when I lost that weight, I realized I don't just look sick, you know, I feel sick. I don't just look it, I feel it. Because one, it wasn't the right way. And two, I wasn't even fat or like have gained unhealthy weight because it wasn't like I was unhealthy or whatever, but they were comparing me to this person on social media or this social media look that we see online, which by the way, most of the time those are not real. It's either face tune or editing and all those other weird stuff that we do with our pictures, which I still don't understand why we do that. But yeah, you get what I mean. Mostly that's what it was about. And it took a lot to get out of that space. I did relapse a couple of times and I needed help, I had to get mental health help. I had to get support from my friends and my family. This is not something that I talk about because it's still kind of painful and still a little bit fresh. So yeah, and then you have that. And we are on here and we feel like we can't take, pictures without feeling the need to heavily edit it. We can't take pictures because, oh my God, see, I have black spots. Oh my God, see, I have acne. What are people going to think? What are people going to say? I don't know why. I wish people would look at it and say, it's normal. Okay? They will realize that it's normal. It's part of the human body. I mean, didn't you go to science class or even social studies class? It's normal. There's nothing wrong with it. That's how human beings are built, honey. That's how it works. I wish we would say this more often. And all these stuff are going on with social media, and then you have this crazy thing, and like, oh my God, you are stuck chasing something, you are stuck chasing followers and likes and comments on Instagram and on Twitter and engagements, and like you're not living your life, you're not living in the moment. It's like your life is only social media. And it gets to a time your mental health is screwed up. You might suffer from some depression, some anxiety, you might need a lot of help. And I guess, like I said, those are all parts of the toxic side of social media. And maybe as time goes on, as a society, we will learn how to manage that better. We will learn like how to see that this is all right. We are all humans, we are all perfect. There's nothing wrong with anybody. We all we are all built different. We are all going to look different. You shouldn't let someone feel bad because they don't look some type of way. And this is not something that I think is only due to social media. I'd be lying if I said this was only due to social media because we have, societal expectations too, even before the use of social media. You see this person on TV and this person is lightning and this person is looking this type of way, and you see all these stuff, all this crazy stuff. And I remember when I was growing up, being slim, really slim, really thin was like the thing, it was like, oh my God, that was what beauty was about, being really, really, really slim. And I grew up on the other side because I was never slim. I'm sorry. I have never been slim in my life. Never will be. I don't think so. So I guess I'm always going to be on the larger side. Yeah, so Those are some of the toxic, sides of social media that I feel like as a community we need to address, we need to work upon, we need to, start calling stuff out as it is, and stop with all this facade and with all these fake lives. It's not helping anybody, it's not doing much to help the youth. I personally would tell you, utilize your block button, utilize your mute buttons on social media, normalize, you know, unfollowing some people on social media, normalize distancing yourself from some trends. Don't hop on every, ship, don't hop on every trend. Normalize, having a normal life, not going through all the crazy social media stuff, because life is more than social media. Okay, life is more than social media, and life is what you make it. Life is how you live it. Okay, so please, let's focus on how to make life better for us, how to take care of our mental health, and protect ourselves and our kids from all these stuff and crazy, crazy, crazy stuff on social media and on the internet. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.